Ah, yes, it's finally here, full send 2021, and it's time to answer one of the most profound questions. Where are we going? Spent a lot of time on this, a lot of late nights, playing games, talking about where we have been, where we want to go, wishing that something might grab our attention, might stick. After scouring Google Earth, we found this. Seen from very far away, this yellow piece of disgusting looking land that looks like at least 5 different companies are unloading their toxic waste into, we called land cancer. And we said to ourselves, not who would want to go there, that looks disgusting, but we need to see this in person. And so that made up our mind. We decided we are going to meet up in Cascade, Idaho, the closest town that would lead to trails leading back to land cancer, and we would begin our trip there with a goal to eventually move to where the sun is shining and there was little chance of rain. The clear sky of Moab, Utah. From Moab, we would make our way into Colorado before we would head up to Minnesota. And that's 3 states that I personally have never seen before or explored much of. Idaho, Utah, Colorado.
Well, I think we finally got the trailer packed, and I think we're just ready to hit the road here. So here we are, about 4.5 hours into this drive. So far, it looks like we've lost about 40 minutes or so in the first tank of fuel. This is Josh's first jaunt. I'm sure excited too. Anyhow, Josh and I, we stopped on the side of the road here next to a river. I didn't get the name of the river in Montana. About 70 miles to Billings, so wherever that is. Looking at the night sky here, really impressive sky. They don't call Montana the big sky state for nothing, that's for sure. That's just about the 2 o'clock hour.
Time for caffeine.
Yeah, really looking forward to that caffeine, and this little stop helped. Ooh, I should show you this. I suspect that was some sort of dump truck. Got through Bozeman, Montana here. It's the AM and daylight, well, morning now. Night shift was kind of rugged towards the end, definitely running out of steam there.
14 hours in.
Oofta, yeah. We're not making good time. About 30 hours we've lost now. So our 25-hour trip is now 28 right off the bat there. Ooh, we're going too fast for a barrel roll now. Gotta slow down a little bit. We are currently going 37.
Getting passed by guys with RVs twice as big as ours.
Look at me go!
The shame. The shame!
We are under 10 hours away from our destination, so that's always kind of a milestone.
Yeah, we're practically there.
Google sent us about 10 miles through Tacoma, through residential and, you know, city districts. And now we're finally on Interstate 5, and it's a parking lot, essentially. So there's some regret in coming this way. Like Josh has been saying, should have gone up north to the ferry. Tried that out. So Josh and I got to Port Townsend last night at a pretty reasonable time here. Ended up spending the night at my cousin's house. And now it's Friday the 4th. I think we're going to go down to a couple of ship museums about an hour south of here. Kind of hang out there for the day and then go over to my uncle's house up in Lyman. So yesterday's driving score had about almost 1,700 miles and almost 28 hours of drive time. Yeah, so Josh and I were, what town is this, Josh? I don't know. Anyhow, we're at this museum with a big battleship to look at. And Google was basically taking us to the battleship, what it thought, and it deposited us in this
Condominium parking garage.
Yeah, a condominium parking garage. And it was I don't have pictures of it, but it was a very tiny little area for the Jeep to get into, and trailer, of course. It was somewhat stressful. Anyhow, we had to disconnect the trailer to make this pinpoint turn. And you know, as I'm just struggling with driving here, there's a crew of workers right behind us. They got the whole show from the start to the end. Just a couple of tourists not knowing what they're doing. There's the four-way intersection. And why, Google, would you put me down there? Why do you hate me? We ended up finding a free parking place, and now we're walking to said battleship. How many people in here?
Up to 300.
That doesn't sound comfortable. You don't steer from down here. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Wait, but you can't see from down here, so...
So you listen to the helm. So, yeah. So
Wait, so as the guy is steering, he doesn't actually know where he's steering? He just listens to the guy above him?
Yeah. And this is the sonar in here.
Wow, it don't look like a sonar to me. It looks like some electronic boxes. Here's the on-ship machine shop. Got a little drill press. Lathe. I'm not seeing a mill. They must not need mills on these. So here's a staircase getting up to the main deck.
Alright, so we gotta go.
It's rather steep. Oh, look at this.
Well, you know where it started.
So this is the wardroom mess. Here's the pilot house.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. That's pretty cool.
That's a chart right there.
This.
I don't know yet. I haven't seen.
This is a big boat.
You're not wrong about that. So here we're just on the ferry to Seattle then. Then we're gonna head up to Lyman after this. Here we're gonna get a convoy going up into the mountains and do some off-roading, see what we can find, hit a few lakes, maybe go up to Sauk Mountain and try to clear the trail, see if we can get up there.
We're upper into 4 to pass this spot.
Big old landslide.
Snow slide.
Yeah, so Mark and his family, they came up here last weekend to check it out, and that was unpassable. Someone had come up here since last weekend and cut some trees out of that mess, shoveled a little bit of snow, so it was definitely passable. So we might make it to the, trailhead to Sauk Mountain here. So going up Sauk Mountain here, I think we found the end of the trail here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be something that we're going to get through.
Around the corner. Nope. That one.
Yeah, so Josh and I are just coming down Sauk Mountain here, and out of the corner of my eye, seeing this thing. Just, not an exactly a great place to park a vehicle, but maybe they didn't have a choice. So we just stopped by Lake Shannon in Washington here with the family. Had some lunch. I was actually able to fly the drone for a minute, so that was neat. And now we're going to this place called Devil's Tower to see what that's all about. So we got up to Devil's Tower up here in Washington, and it's a really cool old factory or something of that sort. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell what floor you're on, but I would imagine I'm on the second or third. It kind of goes down a couple floors below the ground. Well, we just got back from some off-roading and looking at that abandoned structure out there, and now we're on our way to a race, like a dirt on dirt race, something like that. Guess they got this Sprint Cup or some sort of race track going on. So go check that out in an hour or so here, and then get ready for supper, I guess.
What did I tell you?
So we just left Mark's house here. Just hitting the road.
Sunday morning.
Sunday the 6th, yep. An hour earlier than we kind of wanted to hit the road.
There you go.
Wow, that sure looked pretty good.
The whole thing, eh?
Yeah, so Josh and I are just getting close to this campsite up here. Josh is driving on these mountain roads here, and we came around this corner, and boom, there was a flipped over truck right in front of us, a semi. And we went out there and talked to the guy a little bit. He looked pretty shook, but he was okay. His truck stayed on the road. Looks like he maybe hit a embankment on the side where they had an embankment. 100 feet down the road, there was no guard at all. So I feel like he really lucked out, you know, tipping over where he did. And he's all concerned about his job there, but you know, at the end of the day, he's alive. He has the ability to go get another job because he didn't die. Huh. Oh, he said it was his first day on the job.
First truck, first ride.
Yeah, first trip going somewhere, and he flips it over. Yeah. Worst day ever. Here we are at Lake Cascade in Idaho. We're at you can see there, Blue Huron State Park. We got a camp set up last night, got into camp pretty late though.
So, Sunday the 6th, and I just woke up. I have 10 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. at All Saints. We're gonna meet Damon there and Elizabeth. Ian's gonna be dropped out there by my family, and so I'm really looking forward to that interaction. And then after that we hit the road. 22 hours, and then 5 hours into the mountains or something like that, depending on whether or not the trails are good. So looking forward to it, but I got some stuff to do this morning, so let's freaking go.
So we all finally met up in Cascade.
Woo! Go! Yeah, that was a long send.
Long haul.
Some of us are more tired than others.
Yeah, I'm not quite thinking straight after that journey.
Yeah, some good food though.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I had a good little
What was the
breakfast
place
here.
called? I didn't even notice. So all good.
Whistling Inn or something?
Yeah,
Whistle Stop. Whistle Stop.
Whistle Stop. Yeah. We are heading to the Blue Lake campsite in Idaho here. We're 81 miles away. It says about 5 hours or so. See if we can really get there in 5 hours. I have my doubts. Send it, send it, send it! Okay, so we are definitely at a crossroads here. We've been on this trail, once we hit the dirt road, things got bad quick. We're maybe 5 miles into a 62-mile trek. So I think we've already agreed that we're not going to make it the full 62 miles. But currently we're at a point where that trail gets really bad. Thoughts, Bo?
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. I mean, either we keep pushing and it's more of the same stuff, more of the same nightmare trails, or we turn back and go through what we just went through, which was also
A nightmare.
Yeah.
So we got a decision to make. Wow.
You're good, you're good. And the taco rig has made it.
Nice. We got to this point. So basically it's a muddy little spot of the road, just a mud run with snow covering the trail. We walked up a little bit for the foreseeable future. That's exactly what you get right there. We got to the top of this ledge up here. We were looking to get to this tree, and we made it. Now we have to figure out how to get down again. That'll be the fun part.
I don't know where Ian went.
Ian is sending it up that way. Going further.
Take a look at my phone.
Thank you for sharing, Bo. Is that a tree between your legs, or are you just happy to see me? Whee! Now you do the same thing, Bo. Well, if you just do what I did. Nice, nice. Going in for the power slide. Woo!
We're here next to this gorgeous view, but also next to this, which is a little depressing. We do have a habit of staying underneath power lines. We do. So, and that's why we're here. Land cancer. All right. But yeah, here we're cooking out here. We got it set up in between the Tacoma, the scratch Tacoma, scuffed Tacoma, and the Jeep.
Oh, yeah, we can tell when
There's
we're out
Ian.
there too. There's another path that goes off to the left.
Ian, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay. I'm definitely feeling it. Hiking a mountain after staying awake for
Outside what?
23 hours plus whatever it was to get out here, plus whatever it was to hike the mountain. So 2 days straight, then hiking a mountain. I'm tired. But I get to enjoy these views and these peoples. And tonight we were supposed to have steak because there's something that I love about just having a nice steak first night. It's like the premier meal. But tonight we're not having steak, we're having a little pasta. So, pasta, shrimp.
Just about died. Bo and I are doing a little send up this mountain here to see if we could possibly camp up here. And I feel like that's a strat, Ian.
And then you gotta let your feet air out for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do that. Then I go into my sleeping bag.
You're sleeping that's
Yeah.
like nasty feet.
Is that a little trick you learned in the military?
Oh yeah, anytime you get, just because I mean we're on our feet 24/7 out in the field and stuff, so it's like you gotta take care of your feet.
I have feet 24/7.
Thank you for that.
Pretty good, Bo. You do have feet 24/7.
It's like the challenge kid of the class. Thank you, Bo, for speaking up.
You're doing so good, Bo.
Such great insight.
We're glad you're here, Bo.
Just keeps getting worse. That's nice. You're literally doing nothing else here. So why not let your feet air out?
You're not doing the full air out though.
Yeah, you gotta get your socks off too.
Yeah.
Probably should prefer to take my boots
But
off.
then I can't put my...
Fix the fire.
Guess I can't put my feet in my boots again.
Oh yeah.
It's not like it's a long
Just,
time.
Yeah, go over to walk over to your little altar.
Yeah. Everybody's feet. Just show it off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, that's some nice feet there, eh?
Yeah, I got like a half cup.
Why did you say it right when I bent down? Because you waited a little bit.
Sorry.
Just a little bit.
At this point, don't hide it.
Let them shine, Bo.
You got feet out. I bet you there's a bison nearby.
So I didn't quite hear that, the whole bison story before. How the hell did that go?
Well, there was a sign. It said something about bison. I was like, did that sign say fucking bison? It's like, no, we're not fucking bison.
I see what happened.
It's like, no, I want to fuck some bison. I was like, want to hear my fucking bison mating call? I think for a second he kind of took me seriously. Though.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna do like a bison impression. So he rolls down his window and sticks his head out, and I'm preparing for like a. And instead,
I just stick my head out the window. I want to fuck some bison.
So a scale on 1 to 10, how close do you come to dying from the laughing when that happened? Trying to drive at the same time.
there was definitely a pectoral cramp / heart attack. Figure ready to send it?
Heck yeah, boy.
I think we found a destination finally. Oh, dude, I should show. Freaking look at these scratches. Rib truck.
We had a pretty cool interaction when we were leaving camp. A couple of side-by-sides were driving up the trail there just as we were leaving, and we ended up talking with a couple of couples up there. And pretty cool. They were wondering what the trail was like up ahead, so we just flew the drone up the trail and showed them it was not great conditions, and they ended up turning around and heading back down the way we're going now. We're on our way to the Deadwood Reservoir. Doing some pathfinding here. Bo's trying to find the way. Woo! Find the way!
You know the way.
How's the pathfinding going? Alright then. Got a nice campfire there all ready to go. With a
Basically,
picnic table,
saying
It kind of has everything we need. We wanted shade, shelter from the wind, and access to the lake.
Yeah, I don't think it's been any better sandy out here. So we put the canopy right here.
$10 minutes a day. You gotta stay focused. You got these 10 minutes. These 10 minutes to be fit. Keep that core tight. Only 10 minutes. Then you get jacked. This ain't for quitters. There's no quitters here. 10 minutes a day or 10 times a day.
So this is our full camping setup at Deadwood Reservoir. Bo's Tacoma with his rooftop tent. Figured out the annex room, so that's on there now. Bo's getting ready with the paddleboard. Josh is sharpening knives. Ian is being a master knife thrower. Got the canopy set up. We got a great view of the lake.
Alright, so I'm guessing this is yours.
Either one of them, whichever one is more.
These two are.
Yeah, I just put them on.
So this is actually the mud hut story I was telling you when I was in Afghanistan. So it was me and my boy Yonk. We were chilling in a mud hut, pulling security. And in this mud hut, it was like a little corner that we could look out of, and like that's what we pulled security out of. Good like field of view and all that. Well, we were kind of like dicking around, you know, kind of like bullshitting a little bit, trying to figure out what we were gonna eat. All of a sudden we hear like boom, the fucking whole mud hut shakes, fucking shit falls from the fucking ceiling, hits us on the head, you know, and we're like, oh fuck, like what the fuck? And we hear it again, like 5 seconds later, boom, mud hut shakes, shit falls from the ceiling, and it's like in the moment, like where you think you're gonna fucking die, how like people say like, oh my life flashed before my eyes. They're full of shit. It doesn't fucking happen. You're just kind of like in the moment. You're in the moment completely. But it turns out that those two explosions were actually our own.
Oh, we're live. Well, I got up a little bit early this morning here. I think it's Wednesday today. And everyone else is still sleeping at 8 o'clock, so I decided to hit the trail here and try to get a head start in finding some cool paths throughout the day. I was driving along and I seen a big old moose in the middle of the road. I was really surprised to, you know, sitting up in the Jeep and I'm not looking over the thing's back. The thing was a massive animal. Oh, this could be one way to change your oil.
It was a great night last night. Got great sleep. Just full scented in the lake with all my clothes on this morning. Nice and refreshing. So I think we're feeling pretty good. Not sure really where we're going. Might go to Salmon Chalice National Forest or Sawtooth, or just stick around the area, one of the two.
Just leaving camp here. Gonna go explore some trails today. See what happens. So we're going to check that out currently, see if there's anything there. So we just got down to the hot springs and found the gate. So we're going somewhere else now. Here we are, almost to the White Hawk Mountain trailhead, and we have a common scene: a gate. It seems that everything opens up in this area, you know, in July, not really June, so a couple weeks early there. So we're just gonna stick on the trails and take a roundabout way back to camp. So we're still hitting the trail hard out here. We did stop for some late lunch at what the hell was that?
Sourdough Lodge.
Yeah, Sourdough Lodge. Now we're on a new route back to our camp. You can see the lake. I was unaware that there's an island in our lake, but now I know there is an island in our lake.
There's an island there.
Kind of a funky little tree up there. Look at that thing. It's like a little house in there.
Out on the trails Wednesday. Oh, it's just been chill. Super nice trails like this. Nice and sandy. Smoking some cigars in the Tacoma. Sometimes you just gotta send it. Look at that. I mean, look at that specimen. Wow. Wow.
Why won't I interview you?
Because I don't want to talk to you.
The psychopath filling my Jeep up with your own gas.
Time you did something. Can't even help out with breakfast this morning.
That's rude.
You know I was self-conscious about that.
How do you really feel, Ian?
I feel like he looks kind of silly because he hasn't rotated the can around.
You know, what have you done?
It'd be easier to hold. But what do I know?
Nothing.
Seriously, rotate the can around. It would be a hell of a lot easier to
So
hold.
freaking dumb. You're so freaking dumb.
I don't know how far down this is. At least 200 feet? Oh yeah. Look at that. How are you feeling, Bo?
Well, I didn't want to come down here. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta send it, conquer the fear. Now I feel great. Maybe got up on there. Knees felt a little wobbly up there. But man, it's such a cool sight. It's just a sheer drop.
Ooh, nice little creek. River hiking right there. Oh, I'm right next to it. So this is a dam on Dead Horse Reservoir? Deadwood Reservoir, yeah. It's pretty impressive, but it's not exactly new, let's just say. So the Liberty trailer here has been failing with the lights. They have not been working. So we've taken some time here. I started pulling these wires down. These are for the tail lights for the trailer. And everything looks good. All the connections are nice. No light bulbs were dead. We tested that here. And up here, I had a couple extra pieces of wire here. I was able to make some jumpers to test this end. We tested this end with jumpers and all the lights worked perfectly. Then under the Jeep, I took a light bulb out with the jumpers and we went through this plug. Everything worked perfectly. So Josh is like, well, it might be a loose connection. So I grabbed both connections together real tight like, and everything worked out perfectly. Okay, so we had a pretty productive day. Did a lot of trail riding, got some lunch out at a small town nearby, and we've decided we're hitting the trail a lot earlier tomorrow. So we're totally gonna pack tonight and basically get ready to wake up and yeet on out of here. Thoughts?
You know what? I think we're all vibing right now. We got a common purpose, common goal. We know the plan. We're gonna stick to it. Tonight's gonna be a delicious meal of tacos, which we're preparing. But after this, it's hardcore pack time. We've got to focus up. We're gonna lock it in, get everything set so that tomorrow we can eat out right away. It's a little bit awkward, but you guys remember? I think day 3 is typically like recovery day, where we get like a little bit extra sleep and stuff.
Because the first couple are full send days.
Right.
And we've kind of had that.
It's been close.
Dude, we have 60 Rice Krispie treats and we haven't even opened.
What?
I know.
Why did no one tell anyone about
Out
that?
on us, Bo.
Dude, I have 60 Rice Krispie treats, and I have about the same number of Nature Valley bars.
What?
I can see that.
And I also have another spot of other granola bars.
What's in
I
here?
have so many snacks.
There are a plethora of snacks and a knife.
You call that a knife?
Dude.
Yeah, but how are we gonna find 60 campsites to put that on? That's a lot. Like, I was gonna bring it out today.
Let's just start throwing them at yuppies alongside the road they're biking.
You get a Rice Krispie treat. You get a Rice Krispie treat.
Oh, you know, like I'm so limited without that thing.
That pan is all I use at my apartment. That same thing.
So you guys did both meats?
I did.
I think that's the play. You know, I think this meat actually was fine. I gotta remember next year to pack the meat better. But I think when I was cutting it open, it was like still good color on the inside.
We'll find out in 6 hours.
Might be making a run for that vault toilet over there.
Oh, dude, that'd be rough. How far is it?
Maybe a quarter mile. Maybe.
It's the end of our technically 3rd day, but it depends how you count the first day of the trip. Anniversary of my ordination. Celebrated Mass as we got back from the trails, and then it was kind of a transition night, which was fine. I didn't mind so much. It meant that you know, we just kind of packed up and then decided to hit the hay. No fire or like excessive talks, which, you know, that kind of intensity you can only handle for so long. So a nice little simple transition night is always welcome. full of tacos, full of friendship, full of adventure. Oh, this is why we do it.
So this is the last morning at Deadwood Reservoir. We've done all of our prepping. All we have are 2 tents right up there to take down. Then we can hit the trail. We're gonna try to get to that lava field campsite today. It's about 7.5 hours away. But gonna see if we can make it that far and kind of use this day as a recovery day to get more gear for the next send in Utah. We got Bo here.
Darn it!
How are you feeling?
You know, I thought I'm doing pretty good. I thought I was gonna feel a little bit better this morning as far as, I don't know, just like overall, because the sleep I felt was supposed to be good, and it was good, and that's why it's weird that I'm not feeling like super energetic. But overall, I give myself about a 7.5 out of 10.
Nice. You were up before me.
Yeah. Okay. So, we just got out of Stanley at a delicious scone and some coffee. We wanted breakfast there, but I got a little scone in my beard. We wanted breakfast there, but it was freaking packed, and we wanted to get on the road. We're ahead of schedule today, which is nice for once. Way ahead of schedule. So I think we were gonna stop in southern Idaho to camp, but now we're just sending it right to Utah because we have time. So we'll be camping hopefully on Strawberry Peak tonight. Never been there, so I'm looking forward to it. I think we took a wrong turn, so we're backtracking a little bit, but exactly.
Look at this cinnamon roll. That looks delicious.
I was gonna get one, but I was like,
messed up.
I just figured it'd be a little bit messier as like driving, you know. I could have had you feed me it, but
Open your mouth!
it was good. I was gonna fake it. I can't.
Put the sweet deliciousness in your mouth!
Still by the cave, but with an arrival time at Strawberry Ridge of 4:30, so we might be able to do cave, prep, and get to Strawberry Ridge all in one day as opposed to 2. So that's nice.
I kind of got most of that, or like understood most of it. So we're doing all 3 today. And when's our ETA at Strawberry Peak?
4:30 as of now. We're gonna lose some hours though throughout the day.
And that's with a stop at the cave and recovery?
No, that's just if we drive straight there now. But we're gonna add 3 to 4 hours, I'm sure, with other stops.
Just get rid of the cave.
Are one of those other stops the cave?
Correct.
We can actually hit up the caves and get down to Utah all on the same day with making a stop for resupply. Currently we're just off at the little sulfur smelling springs here.
So what are we doing here, Bo? What are we doing here?
Classic. Multiple times we had a trip repack of the coolers, and
This is our second Walmart trip here.
Yeah, we just have to repack at the Walmart. Where else would you do it?
And where else would you do it?
Now it'll take us half an hour to get back up to speed.
Never will. You passed us right when we're going uphill.
Yeah. 30 and a 65. There's a lot of pros with the Liberty trailer, but this is not one of them. The hill climb. Here we're making a pit stop at the 17-mile cave in Idaho. See if it's still open. I came here quite a few years ago. Looks like it's still open. Oh yeah, I'd say it's still open. Yeah, so you can see a little bit of graffiti up there. Let me shine down the length of it. Oh, wow. So cool. Thoughts, Ian? Look at the ceiling.
Oh, look at this guy.
It's like super shiny. Is that a messed up SpongeBob?
Like a Cheshire cat to me.
Which one?
Oh, smiley face.
I like the doorway.
There's a lot of things down here.
How do you feel about this, Bo? Like, you're not a cave person coming into this, so.
No, I feel it's pretty cool. It's not really what I expected, but it's pretty dope.
Oh, yeah, here's my heart.
I think I expected a little bit smaller space and less graffiti. But the graffiti's pretty cool.
I mean, who's to say how deep it is?
I don't think you're gonna damage the ecosystem down here.
Maybe this is just the bathroom here.
I really don't think you're gonna damage it. Well, that's where you gotta pay from. And is that bodies?
Bodies go there, yep.
Nice.
Virus.
That's where the virus came from, right there.
Okay, lights off. It's off. You know what this reminds me of? It's like TF2 chat just got painted on the wall.
Can you imagine? Imagine this is gonna be our cave.
That sounds like a heavy metal band name. Ooh. Highly sus.
Wow.
Guessing they had a party and they had something tiled there. The balls.
No, that is the pass.
There it is.
Oh, that is bright. Josh emerging from the cave.
So let's just quick reenact about the past 2 hours of driving from Idaho to Utah. 3 hours.
Okay. Okay. Alright, that was part of it.
Okay, good, good. What's next?
Okay.
It gets me every time.
Really jingles your jingles, you know.
That's the stupidest phrase you've come up with yet.
I've been karaokeing to country music for the past 5 hours.
I mean, that was kind of the extent of it.
You got tired of the country music, so you started listening to your own music.
True.
You fell asleep.
I'm
a couple
icy.
times.
I'm clean.
Have you just been
I'm
listening to that
icy.
song for the past 3 hours?
Clean. I'm icy. I'm
You've been listening to that
clean.
song for the past
Not for the past 3 hours. See, listen, when I listen to a
an hour
song,
and a half, right?
no, I've listened to it like 6 times, maybe 10 times in a row.
and I was gonna listen to it again. But here's the thing: I have a problem. When I listen to music, I kill it.
Right.
So I find a song that I'm jamming to, and I just repeat until it's painful to listen to.
Yeah.
My brothers do the same thing.
Yeah, I do. I
See?
the same
Well-
thing, so I can't even knock it. I think it's pretty
Why are
humorous.
you making fun of me?
I think it's kind of humorous, not like the belt,
You're-
but like funny.
You're
you know?
humorous.
I do have that effect.
That's a compliment.
I do have that effect.
It's currently absolutely freezing up here. We're in northern Utah. We wanted to go to Strawberry Ridge or Strawberry Peak tonight, but the road was closed and the way around it was too long, so we had to settle for this campsite in the woods. And it leads out to this clearing, and there's also a short walk up a hill that has probably even like way better views than this. So we'll probably do that tonight or tomorrow morning. Right now I'm just waiting for the boys before we completely set up camp. Waiting for the boys to see if they drive past or not, because this road is kind of secluded, even though I dropped a pin. So looking forward to tonight. Let's go. Well, it was a long day of driving. Going from southern Idaho to Utah, but we saw some really good sights today. It was a long drive, but a fun one.
So we're just wrapping up a camp here. Gonna head down and do some more trail riding today. Got the vehicles all buttoned up. Bo had a slight issue with his zipper on his rooftop tent, but I think we got it all figured out. So we have just left camp. We're heading towards Skyline Drive right now, about an hour and 15 minutes away, and I think we're hoping to camp not at but by a national park tonight, so we can base camp and then head into the park in the morning. Get some of them sights and hikes in. That is a long ways down. Yeah, we're up about 9,500 feet right now. You can see the reservoir down there. Some mountains in the distance. And bumps. And there's a couple bumps too, if you'd believe it.
What state are we in right now?
Utah.
Oh, I forgot what state we were in.
Who are you texting? You don't have any friends. We got into trails. We were vibing today. Then everything kind of went south. We stupidly, although we didn't have a whole lot of options at the time, went down a closed road, or we went down a road that was closed. There's two signs on either side of the road, and there was plenty of space in between, so we're like, well, we'll just send it. Maybe it was closed and they haven't removed the signs. But it's a big construction site, or they were doing construction on their trail, and we're just still gonna go and see if we can make it down, because once again we didn't have a whole lot of options. Turns out that was a mistake. Water truck went by, called us in, and we got Sapien Josh got a talking to from one of the construction workers, and warning them that there's a Fed down at the bottom of the trail with a $5,000 fine, so we quickly sent it back up. There's all of a sudden smoke in the air everywhere. It looks like wildfire. Sure enough, there's a wildfire in the area, and possibly even on the trail we were going to go on.
We went on a detour because of a forest fire, and then the detour also had a fire on it.
You guys see how fast that fire is spreading there? That's wild.
Yeah, man, that's freaking crazy.
kind of be driving right through that. It looks like on the map.
Yep. I see the same thing.
I mean, it took an hour or two, or hour. I'm glad we were there, though.
That was pretty wild. We got through. We're moving good now.
So we decided to just go down to Arches and Canyonlands because we're gonna hit that tomorrow, the next day. So might as well just go down there now because we're on the road. But Utah's kind of been a little bit of a bust thus far. Not so great. So we're in Moab. We decided to stay 2 nights here because we're not sure what to do, but also we're kind of done driving a long ways, so get some rest. And also Savy needs to work on his Jeep. We just got back from Woody's.
Yep.
Woody's since 1873, famous.
Classic.
Yep. It
Classy place.
was really loud, and it's nice to be out of there.
It's a fine establishment to go to.
Not as good as the electric cowboy though.
Not even close.
Not even close. Got to play some pool and at least get the experience. We'll see what we're doing
That's what I do every week.
tomorrow, but
In a place like that. Like pool for like 2-3 hours.
Moab's pretty sweet. And I'm excited to get on the trails tomorrow. Probably go to Canyonlands.
Able to hit that bank shot.
Here we are at Canyonlands National Park. We're at the Grand Viewpoint Overlook. You can see the canyon in the background there. Josh and I got a little bit earlier start this morning, so we're waiting for Bo and Ian here, and hopefully tour the rest of the park on the way out.
Who am I to take in such things? And also, I'm insignificant compared to what's before me. But there's like an affirmation there. It's like I am, rather than am not. And I get to appreciate this. Yeah, it's like this exists and I exist, and I get to hold this in my being somehow and appreciate it. And it's good that we're both here. Rather than not here.
This is like campfire, 6 drinks in type conversation, Bo. Not middle of the day hiking down the trail.
Endurance joke.
I mean, who would steal another man's shoes?
I don't know, but they're definitely a monster.
When I was in Nashville, there was this guy that had flip-flops on, and he took the flip-flops off. And my brother picked them up and moved them away near the edge. And I was like, you won't fucking throw them off the roof. he yeeted those sandals off the roof in downtown Nashville. So this guy was probably looking for his sandals for a hot minute because he was wearing them.
You won't eat them off the roof.
He did. I'm keeping the rock up, go Horry.
Nice.
Keep holding it in. Don't let it go.
How far down was it to the valley?
1,000 foot.
That'd be crazy. We just saw like one of those like pillars just like fall over.
Tannerite, we could make it happen.
Ian, how you doing?
It's fucking hot.
Ah, senor.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
So this is the Green River overlook site at Canyonlands National Park. So for the last hour or so, we've both parties have been just driving around the park aimlessly trying to find each other because there was a slight break in communication on where the next stop was. But we're together going down another trail here. Aztec Butte Trail. So that's where we're at now. What the heck?
That was a rough hike up the butt.
You ever feel like your heart is extremely close to exploding?
Yes,
I felt that.
currently.
We made it to the top of the Aztec Butte. You can see the Jeep in the middle of the screen there. Or maybe you can't.
Hell yeah, brother. That's sick.
Oh, and a great view of the fire on the mountain that we did not camp at.
Alright, we're back at the hotel after quite a few trails. And showered. Now we've decided to go back to Dewey's and then stay up for the rest of the night out somewhere in the desert.
Because we hate ourselves.
True. So we're gonna stay up and look at the stars, watch the sunset. But first we gotta get food.
Fantastic. Alright, so last night we went over to Arches National Park to do some stargazing. We tried a couple spots out and there's way too populated and ended up going to some random parking lot. Was it Delicate Arch? Yeah, we went there and it was totally empty and it was really impressive stargazing. And we're just waking up at the hotel in the morning here, and we're getting ready to hit the road over to, what's that reservoir? Overland. Overland or Good Enough. I'm gonna get some breakfast on the way out of town, of Moab here, and hit the trail.
Yeah, dude, I can just stay out stargazing for the whole night.
Agreed.
It's freaking awesome. Some of the best I've seen. Once the Milky Way got out of the smoke haze, it's freaking prime stargazing.
Yeah, that was.
Right, Ian? Yeah.
That looks a lot like the Tint Masters Jeep. It does a little bit, yeah.
We're gonna send it to Colorado after this. Last meal until then, Sunday morning.
I'd love to go back to Idaho. Yeah, well, we're not gonna do that. I'm just saying, not right now. Freaking blueberry. I'm saying, like, eventually.
Yeah. Honestly, it's up there for me. Utah, I feel like I could see myself a few years from now being like,
Well, I kind of want to, go back to Moab and around that area. Maybe see the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
But
Old and your blood is thin.
But it's definitely never going to be my first choice. It'll only be like a, maybe if we could fit it in.
Yeah.
Well, we got out of the desert in the heat. Now we're up in the mountains of Colorado. We're on Overland Lake currently. It's not the best spot, especially for tents, but the wind's helping keep bugs off. Sounds like we want to base camp here. All I know is we're going into the evening now after driving for most of the day. We're also seeing it's bear country. There's holes with claw marks in it.
So here we are at Overland Reservoir. We made it in a timely fashion today. Nice trails all the way. Pretty nice looking reservoir down there.
How'd you guys do it with washboards?
Oh, washboards, they were terrible. But the overall conditions are pretty nice.
Yeah. Those guys, you had quite a long distance those.
It was, yeah.
I was thinking about you guys.
Thanks for cooking supper here, Bo.
Oh, yeah, brother. The wieners tonight.
Nice and easy.
Dude, it's actually so nice. Throw some wieners on. Boys love the wieners.
Dude, I love wieners.
Shit, who doesn't love a wiener in their mouth?
No. When you fit like that.
If y'all couldn't hear that, Ian was saying he can handle 3 at a time up there. What's going out here, Josh?
Middle of nowhere, just looking out into the desert for 8 to 12 hours a day.
Oh, that sounds really dull.
I was a part of 5 apprehensions over 11 months.
Wow. Of just staring into the desert?
Just staring in the desert
Enough to make a man go insane.
for 8 hours a day.
So,
Yeah.
were you guys just watching, or did you? If you seen someone, could you guys go apprehend it, or do you have to call Border Patrol?
Nah, I have to call Border Patrol.
Great night. Stars came out. Freaking fantastic. Freezing cold water. But a good rest of the day. Really solid. Good brats, good swim. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I won't get anything through the fence, through the screen.
Yeah, he was walking right up by my fence there.
It's very brave of that little.
So,
No, I don't think
It's,
so at all. He knows what vacationers mean.
it's morning. Monday morning. We're just cooking up breakfast. Had a little bit of late night last night. Probably hit some trails soon. And casually sit around the camp with the fox.
It's my specialty breakfast.
It was a full Senderoni last night, I think.
I think the reason why it turned out so late is because the stars came out.
They
Yeah.
started bad.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
Clouds,
Smoke.
couldn't hardly see
The
anything.
moon was red. That was dope.
Yeah, it was red.
Yep.
That was odd.
But then it was super cloudy. Thought it was gonna be that way the whole night, and then all of a sudden, we just like kept looking up occasionally, and it would just get better.
Like
and better
1:15
and
or something,
better.
it just popped.
Yeah.
You
It
could
was-
see the whole spiral
it was
arm
Awesome.
behind us here.
Today might be even better.
It's starting out not cloudy right now.
Yep. Yep.
I think we're gonna be hitting the trail for a couple hours today here. Not all day, just drive a few miles out there and come back and enjoy the lake, I think.
Yeah. So this just happened. The whole tent and rack came dislodged. Plastic fell off. I had to take off the tent in order to just get it so that I can drive. Holy frick, that was not great. Not a great experience. I'm on like this private road trying to freaking get my tent back in so I can just get off this freaking road. And I just took a bump, and I guess that's all it was needed. And whoever designed this should know what they were doing. Freaking mounting it to the plastic. Stupid. Stupid. Alright, well, I'm just hoping I can get back on the highway and find Josh and Sapien.
What's happening with your fuel tank there, Bo?
Oh,
Crooked.
Well, you see, when I detach this whole system, I think it damaged the can and the mechanism here, so it doesn't quite want to stay on. Maybe that'll do it for once. See, look at this whole bar. This whole bar is off because this bolt needs to get tightened. This side doesn't even have a bolt. That makes me feel really good. Lost a bolt there. Spot needs a bolt.
Do you want some mechanics wire to hold this thing together?
The fact that you, Sapien, I will credit you with this first and foremost, had the nads to ask them, hey, come on up. It just changed the day.
Yeah, I was
Made the
honestly,
Made
I was
the day even greater.
I was let
It was
down
trash before that.
when you, Ian, when you asked the other gals the same thing.
Oh yeah, if they want to.
I was let down by that. You know, I wanted conversation. I wanted more company. That was a big letdown there. But I just sent it, and I left it open-ended, and then they just show up. And it's like poggers right there, eh?
All of Ian's days are subpar, so
How do you react to that, Ian?
All of my days are subpar. No, I wake up every single day. I'm like, this is gonna be a good day. So every day is a good day, and then when I have a great day, I just feel it. Feel it in the bones. Made breakfast.
You did. You made breakfast today,
so
man.
mean.
Delicious.
But anyways, they both were awesome. We had good chats around the campfire. It was just freaking great. The rest of the evening was fire.
I said it was gonna be a great day.
You were wrong. It was a shitty day, which happened to be made slightly better by the presence of Lauren and Sinclair.
Great day.
No,
Yes.
no.
Great fucking day.
At the very least, it's like a subpar day.
I think it was a great day for Ian
Great
because
day.
he had nothing but fire all day long. And you, Bo, you did nothing but struggle bus. So can you just give a quick recap of your lunch here?
Okay, so got roast pepper wings, extra dust. Look at the last one.
You gotta keep those things clean or something.
It hurts to touch things in my mouth. I'm not thinking anything clean.
Your face is shiny.
You're shiny. Get the extra dust. The extra dust. Why do you do this to yourself? I'll take a video later. Poop stream. Live action.
There you go.
You're screaming.
Live and spicy.
Yeah, screaming from the outhouse when there's something attacked by a fish.
What's happening right now?
Yeah, it's hard to talk. So we decided to finish off the powder. We put it on a pickle. And there's the powder. It's all gone. put it on a fried pickle first, and it got everywhere. And then he was like, confused, and he was like, "Where's the kick?" He was like, "There's no kick." And so then there was still powder on his plate, so he took the actual pickle, not deep fried one, scooped up the rest of the powder, ate it, and now he's feeling the kick because it being a powder has slower activation time of kicking him in the face like a noodle. Yes, your hand is shaking. So now what he's going through is possibly just a tiny bit of regret. But a little enjoyment too from the suffering.
Well, it's about around that time, getting to be the close of the trip. We have, today was just kind of like a filler day. I think everybody's exhausted from the week, and it showed. So basically all we did was go into town to get some more supplies in case we need it, and get internet so we can figure out our plans going back, and also to figure out when we need to drop Ian off at the airport. But that's pretty much all we did today. It was a pretty quiet day. Not too bad though. I'm on the paddleboard now. Just got done eating some of the spiciest food I've ever had. My lips are still tingling. My gut hates me. But it was a good experience, and I don't know, now it just happens, once you turn your eyes home after in a trip, because I feel like, we could spend weeks out here, but once the trip's coming to an end, it's difficult not to race there, All I know is I still have freaking incredible views, and there's the wings. Freaking incredible views. And I'm just gonna enjoy this last few moments here, probably, unless we stay here tomorrow, which would also be good, but we'll see what happens. I did the deed.
Burning Man?
I pooped twice.
Yeah? You feeling good?
I think the second time was the pickle, if I had to guess. David, are we ready?
I think so. What's happening? Well, it ain't comfy, but let's see.
Hi, buddy. Okay.
Hello.
Chicken wings?
Hello?
I got them at a gas station today.
Nice.
I didn't know we were going to eat at a 5-star restaurant.
My wings are great.
Yeah, it looks like you really enjoyed that meal.
Yep. My lips, honestly, every time I lick them, they tingle a little bit.
Still?
Yep.
And that was some hours ago there.
Yeah.
Whiskey?
I have no.
We just got done playing Carcassonne, or as it was otherwise referred to, Carcass or Croissant or Coruscant. And it was a good end to the night. We all decided to get to sleep early because we have to wake up early to drive Ian to the airport. And then plans changed a little bit. We're gonna come back here tomorrow, spend another day on the trail, and then head out instead of leaving tomorrow. So
So here we are on the way to Gunnison Regional Airport to drop Ian off. Keeping with tradition of on this mountain road, hit another stop of a kind. We were driving a herd of cattle down the road, so that had us waiting for a few minutes. Always planned to get there early, I guess. That's what you gotta do in these parts.
Alright, so we got back from Gunnison dropping Ian off at the airport. Fiery bowels today, so I've been in discomfort for, you know, good section of the day. We had a nice chicken sandwich from a food truck, then dropped Ian off, got gas, and now we're back on the trails and back to Overland for the evening. We'll enjoy this last night at the camp and then head out from there. But right now we're just enjoying these trails.
So we're leaving Gunnison. Bo dropped Ian off at the airport, and now we're finding an alternate route back to our campsite. And it has some really impressive views. Look at that mountain, Mount Mercia or Mercer, something like that. So the big mountain in the middle, kind of right in front of us, that's Ragged Peak.
Okay.
12,600 feet high. So says my phone.
Roger.
And then Mount Justice. I think it's a snowy one back there you can barely see.
Okay.
That one's just shy at 12,000 feet.
And
then we got
that's the same one.
Yeah, the same one that we had.
Yep.
Hey, just stand there with a heroic pose.
Alright, so I was thinking about this on the way here. Today reminded me of something that a retreat master of mine once advised us. It was towards the end of the retreat. And he used this line, and he said it frequently in this talk that he gave. He said, "Don't leave before the finale." Which is like, don't look towards the end, which is going back to seminary, in this case going back to parish life, to work. Don't look towards that. Like, enjoy what you have left, enjoy the moment. Don't leave before the finale, because the end part is oftentimes the best part. And so when I was driving down those trails, we had some of the best views, I think, of the whole trip today. And those trails that we took off the side, even though we didn't get to do much, still, like, finding the campground, seeing the other spot, getting to take pictures, seeing the overlook, it was all awesome. And then we got some of the best like car shots of each other as we were driving, and like, it was worth it. Like, I just wanted to kind of look towards the destination, skip the finale, but today was definitely that. It was like it was like a finale. Some of the best views yet. So I just got to listen to my retreat master more, because today was awesome.
Basically, we have a surplus of food that we haven't totally done a great job of eating everything here. So we're cooking up a little bit of this, a little bit of that tonight, and sending it to Nebraska tomorrow.
Yay, Nebraska.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah.
We're doing the great pack now. Boys are gonna tent. As you can see. Whereas my job is more kitchen plus table. And then after we get all this stuff in and get it sorted for tomorrow, we get to enjoy a nice fire.
I'm imagining I'll be up at 8 like I have been every morning here. Josh is up at 7 like he's been every morning. And then you get up, Bo, whenever you just can't physically and mentally take the heat anymore.
It's really freaking cold. It's the last night of the trip. But basically, Xavier and I just said, hey, We're both tired. We could try and stay up, but we're both tired. 2 more hours of sleep sounds too good. And it's cold. My sleeping bag feels really nice right now. 8-hour drive tomorrow, 11-hour drive the next day. Should be back just fine.
Okay, so crazy turn of events. It's Thursday evening. We had plans to stop in Nebraska at some of the Mac Lake. And they had this freaking ridiculous system where you have to call a number that you get a dial tone most of the time, but sometimes you'll connect to the one person that's actually manning the phone in order to hand the phone to the person in the booth so that they can hash things out so that we can go forward with our reservation. The person in the booth didn't even tell us about this. She was just like, oh, your reservation was for yesterday. And then Sapien tried to explain things, and it was still just like, no, you gotta call the person. And so she didn't even and we can't get a hold of the person because it's dial tone most of the time. And then we went around the lake, and we just kept getting shut down. So it seemed like the fates were conspiring against us to sleep tonight. And so we are currently just full sending it back. Not sure how this is gonna turn out. Probably not great.
Full of tacos, full of friendship, full of adventure. Oh, this is why we do it. The thing is, it's not even like you could have more powerful experiences on vacation, in a way. Like indulgent, lazy, in that way, more powerful experiences, more sensually intense than this. Because, sometimes you're just sitting around camp and you don't know what to do. But man, just nothing beats this. Sense of adventure, sense of risk and reward. Appreciating everything as if it's your first time. You use the restroom at the restaurant today. Hadn't been to a restaurant in a little while. And camping on the trails. And you also near a restaurant that has a restroom. And man, taking a dump. Oh, it was just so nice. It's just... And I don't know if what makes it what it is just the paradigm shift of looking at life differently. Not always in your safe bubble. Bad things could have happened. Bad stuff has already kind of happened. Between my drone and my truck getting scraped and Sapien's lights not working and getting sunburn and worse things could have happened. Driving off the cliff, hitting a car on our way here. There's so many opportunities for grave harm or injury or death. But we still send it anyways. It's still worth it. Because you feel alive out here. You feel human. You feel like you gotta battle your situation in life rather than just float by. It's you versus the wild. Or you in the wild. Not verse necessarily, because you're a part of it. You're in it. It's beautiful. It's worth being there. Even when it means less heady experiences like playing 10 rounds of Valorant or looking at YouTube videos for 5 hours. But this is an even more intense experience in a way. Because we could have died. And yet, nature in all its glory lies open to us. And we get to enjoy it. We get to enjoy it, and it leaves us grateful for everything that we have and everything that we've seen. Changes us. basically, it's like, who am I to take in such things? And also, I'm insignificant compared to what's before me. But there's like an affirmation there. It's like, I am rather than am not. And I get to appreciate this. Yeah, it's like, this exists, and I exist, and I get to hold this in my being somehow, and appreciate it. And it's good that we're both here, rather than not here.
Right. This is like campfire, 6 drinks in type conversation about not middle of the day hiking down the trail.
Well, we can have the conversation later, again. I think it's an important one to have because the question, why do we do this, is a good one. I think it's something that we should talk about because I think there's some stuff there to unpack.
We do this because the gal at the hotel said Canyonlands was a little bit less busy than Arches. Really, that's why we're here. Otherwise, we'd be there, right? That was an informative conversation we had with her.
True.